which is about 2 weeks, or to the 27th. You know, probably should make a decision on the 27th, actually.
Is that going to be a part of the agenda for the?
I think we should go ahead and do that, just to make sure it's fair. And one other thing I want to bring, since we have so many people here tonight.
Can I know?
Yes, go ahead.
Joanne Luther, Finance Director. I want to make it clear that we can't just redo a contract with H2O. We have to actually procure for a public works contractor, and it has to be, you know, done for public's input to with other companies. We can't just pick a company. So it will take time for my procurement person to get a bid package together unless the city decides to let the city manager know that they would like to take the 18 positions or some semblance of that back as city employees and not procure a privatized contract like we have. Does that help?
So one other thing, I've been hearing a lot of things tonight about we don't want to grow and we don't have any money and we can't fix our streets. So I got hired to come to the city to try to help make it better. And you know, sometimes I feel like I'm a racehorse that can win the race, but I've got a 300-pound jockey on me. So I want to do things for the city, and of course the council makes the decisions. I work with them. But just to give you some fiscal information, with the amount of money that we get in every month from everybody paying their water bills and everything else, we are squeaking by and we're band-aiding our water system and we're band-aiding our sewer system, things like that. So when we talk about not growing or getting new businesses or getting anything in town, we're not getting any more money to provide any better services. This is why we only have 3 policemen on the shift right now. And we have problems with speeders in school zones because we don't have enough police out there. We don't have, we have water mains breaking and things like that. So the only way for this city to get better, because we're living on grants at this point, we can't continue to live on grants. We have to do things to where we do have some type of growth. And with growth is more money coming into the city coffers. So at this point, I don't want to hear another word about the streets are terrible, because we're doing our best to fix them every day, but we're just band-aiding, and I hate band-aiding because, but I don't have the businesses coming in. Now we've had a few come up on 129 North that's helping some, but I'm unable to do these $4 and $5 million paving projects and things that everybody wants to do, but we are not going to pave anything until we fix what's underneath them. You need to fix the 100-year-old infrastructure underneath the city streets before you can pave over them, because just like they did on Winterweedle, when they paved it over, within 3 weeks they were digging it up to fix a leak.
Yep.
And all that $795,000 that got spent was really for nothing. But we wanted it paved, so of course I wasn't here then, but it got paved, but then it got dug up. So my whole deal moving forward, mitigating floods, because you know we had Debbie, so I'm working hard right now. I need to get grant money from the state to do that. I can't come up with $50 million. So I'm trying to cobble together funds from many agencies to do that. And in part of that, when we dig up the streets to put new pipes in places to move water out of town, we will get some paving done. But our infrastructure is cast iron water mains. And I know when we dug that up at Christmas on the Square this year, I was there. We had to do it live. We couldn't turn off a valve because it had been paved over. I mean, that's how bad off we are. We had to repair it live with water spraying everywhere. We had a hole as big as a Volkswagen underneath 90. And we were there getting it fixed. JL and I spent, 18 hours there probably. But anyway, we finally got it fixed. But looking at the pipe, we've got a Band-Aid on it, a metal Band-Aid, and then probably 80 feet down the road, we've got another one. And that's all over Live Oak. And I'm a numbers individual, okay? I'm a numbers person. So the 1960 census, and some of y'all heard me say this before, to the 2020 census, in 60 years, the city of Live Oak has grown by 200 people. But the county has grown by 37,000. So all of the impact in the city is coming from the county. But if we're not allowing any business to come in and build where we get more money to operate on ourselves, we're still going to get the pressure from the county, because the county's not going to be giving us money, because they've got their own projects that they need to do. So I'm just letting you know, I'm a business person. I look at everything business-wise and money-wise. And there's only one way to spend money, and that's if you earn it first. And we've got to figure out ways to get something in here so we can earn more money to put in our pockets to spend to make Live Oak better. I'm a farmer, and the only way I know I can buy more feed every year is sell enough cows to buy the feed for next year. And I'm putting money back into my pocket to buy my product for next year. The same thing goes with the city. It's the same deal. We've got to figure out where these businesses are going to come from, where they're going to get put, but growth is inevitable. And I'm going to come up with a comprehensive annexation plan, and I know annexation is a new four-letter word in Live Oak, but we've got to come up with a plan, and I already have for 25 years out. For over 2 miles out, we need to grow Live Oak like this, okay? Everything needs to grow out in a certain fashion, not just one direction.
Correct.
Now, the next thing that's going to happen is when the county that bought the 390 acres north of 10, they bought that piece of land up there to do what they call a shelter. It's going to end up being a convention center. And when that happens, they're going to ask us to annex them to give them water, sewer, and gas. So we're going to put water, sewer, and gas out there. But while we're doing this, they're going to want to build hotels out there. They're going to want to build restaurants. There may be a water park. There may be all kinds of things happen in that 390 acres. But we're going to be tasked to provide the utilities. And in doing so, trying to plan for the future, because that's the way I look at things, we'll probably put a waste treatment plant north of 10. We already have a water tower up there. But we need to do it because when the capacity gets so large in your waste treatment plant, the DEP will tell you to build another plant. So why not be ahead of the curve and let the county help us with this when they develop all that out there? But they're going to ask us to annex them. So the next big annexation is going to be 390 acres, up 129 to 795, up to 54. I hope it's not a four-letter word when we do that. Okay, because they're going to ask us for the water, sewer, and the gas, and we have the ability to do it, and that will give us one heck of a bunch of new money coming to town that we can spend to do other things. Because I always hear, well, why don't you do something in my neighborhood? That's brand new stuff. Well, it takes the brand new stuff to pay to fix the old stuff, and we've been band-aiding it for 100 years. Besides building in a bowl along a railroad track, so we've got those issues too. So I'm looking out for the best interests of the city all the time. I may not be agreed with all the time with my thought process, but when it comes to the end of what I'm doing here, we will not have flooding, and we will have business, and we'll be able to pave our streets and put in infrastructure. But it takes time. But I know Helvinston's terrible. I know Duval's terrible. I drive down Duval every day. There's 39 spots that's been patched. I count them every morning. I know all these problems that we have, but there's only one way to do it. You can't eat an elephant but one bite at a time. And that's what we're trying to do here in the city. All the decisions we make may not make everybody happy. Just like the garbage cans. We all voted to do the garbage cans, and now half the people don't want the garbage cans, but you're paying for them already. So use the garbage cans, because if you put out your regular garbage can, they're not going to pick them up. They're going to pick up the new garbage cans. So, and then rumor control. While I'm on a rant, I might as well do this. Rumor control said that last night we were supposed to have a special secret meeting. about annexing and things. And then we were also supposed to have an annex meeting tonight about 11th Street. Call me and ask me. I'll tell you the truth. I'm transparent as they come. I may be thick and heavy, but I'm pretty transparent when it comes to dealing with it. But what I'm getting at is, call City Hall. Call and ask us. Get on our website. Look at the things that we have to offer. But I don't have a problem answering questions, and neither does George, and neither does John, and neither does the mayor. I mean, the chief too. You know, I'm just saying, everybody's here to serve y'all. We're not getting anything out of it. I heard some years ago, somebody goes, oh, the mayor's lining his pocket. How in the world the mayor gonna line his pockets? He doesn't even sign any contracts, you know? So, we're all here for a reason, and we want to make Live Oak better.
I do say,
But I don't mind my pockets. So anyway, all I'm saying is, come talk to me. If you want to know something, if you have a question, we'll do our best to answer them. But remember, yes, we are being cheap right now because that's all we can be. But we need new business to make things grow, that we get more money in our pockets to do things with. So, you know, I appreciate y'all coming, and hopefully the next meeting will be just as good.
it's not officially, I mean, it's a meeting.